Beast's kingdom.
In the radiant kingdom of Everglow, where colours danced in the sky and magic filled the air, lived Princess Raina, the Rainbow Princess. Her hair shimmered with all the hues of the rainbow, and her prism-like eyes reflected kindness and hope. One evening, as she stood on her crystal balcony, a shadow began to creep across the land, draining Everglow's vibrant colours.
Why are the colours fading? This has never happened before.
Her heart filled with worry as she recalled an ancient legend, the tale of the Crystal of Wishes, a powerful gem that could restore balance to the kingdom. But the Prism Elders had warned that if the crystal's power fell into the wrong hands, it could plunge Everglow into eternal darkness.
I won't let Everglow lose its light. I need help. I need my friends.
Raising her hands toward the sky, Raina sent a beam of radiant light to summon her dearest friends Joyo, Priscilla, and Leena, the Light Fairies. A dazzling burst of shimmering light filled the air as the fairies appeared. Joyo, beside her, Priscilla, Leena.
Raina, we came as soon as we felt the shift in Everglow's magic. A fading kingdom and a lost crystal? Sounds like an adventure waiting for us. We'll restore Everglow's colors, Raina. Together, we can do anything.
Princess Raina explained the peril facing Everglow and the urgent need to find the Crystal of Wishes before it was too late.
We won't let darkness consume Everglow. We'll find the crystal and protect it.
And maybe uncover some ancient secrets along the way. Let's bring back the colors before Everglow fades completely.
Guided by the fading glow of the prism star, Raina and the fairies ventured deep into the heart of Everglow. Their journey led them to the Forest of Whispers, where ancient trees murmured secrets of the past.
The trees are warning us. Something is watching. Do you think it's protecting the crystal? Or something far more dangerous?
They crossed the River of Reflection, where the water mirrored their deepest doubts. As their reflections wavered, doubt began to creep into their hearts.
Don't listen to the whispers. Our light is stronger than fear. We've come too far to turn back now. Believe in yourself, and the path will become clear.
Deeper still, they entered the Cavern of Echoes, where the crystal's voice echoed softly, calling for help. But before they could reach it, a sinister figure emerged from the shadows. Zephyr, the Keeper of Shadows.
So, the Rainbow Princess and her tiny lights have come to claim the crystal.
Zephyr's dark robe swirled with sinister magic, and his glowing red eyes gleamed with greed.
Only the pure of heart can awaken the crystal. But once I control its magic, Everglow will be mine.
Your darkness has no place in Everglow, Zephyr.
The crystal's magic responds to kindness, not greed. We will protect Everglow with all our light.
As their light merged, a dazzling burst of color surged through the chamber, dispelling Zephyr's darkness. Princess Raina stepped forward, her heart filled with love and hope, and gently touched the Crystal of Wishes.
I wish for Everglow to always shine with the light of kindness and courage.
The crystal pulsed with radiant energy, sending waves of vibrant colors across the land. Zephyr's shadow dissolved, and Everglow's beauty was restored.
Look! Everglow is glowing brighter than ever. And the colors, they're even more dazzling. We did it. Everglow is safe once again.
The kingdom rejoiced as the rainbow arched proudly across the sky, brighter than ever before. Princess Raina's heart swelled with gratitude as she turned to her fairy friends.
Thank you, my dear friends. Everglow's light shines because of you.
Maybe next time, we can have an adventure that doesn't involve fighting shadow creatures? As long as there's sparkling berry juice at the end, I'm in. And a rainbow picnic to celebrate.
As the rainbow shimmered in the sky, Princess Raina and her fairy friends stood together, ensuring that the magic of Everglow would shine brightly for generations to come. The end, but the magic of Everglow lives on. After Princess Seraphina returned from the Garden of Trials, where she learned the value of hard work with Joyo, Priscilla, and Leena's help, life in the Kingdom of Icevale changed. Seraphina woke up early, helped her people, and even assisted the royal chefs, though she still sneaked a few pastries. But something felt missing.
Why do I feel so restless? Because you've only learned half the lesson. Half! But I already learned to work hard. Ruling a kingdom isn't just about hard work. It's about courage and heart.
And you still need to discover that, dear Seraphina.
Just then, the ground trembled, and a cool breeze stirred. A majestic white tiger emerged from the garden, his sapphire blue eyes glowing with ancient power.
I am Zahara.
Whoa. A talking tiger?
Not just any tiger, the guardian of courage.
Zahara's challenge began, leading Seraphina through 3 trials. Seraphina stood before a dark cave where eerie whispers echoed her deepest fears.
To pass, you must face the fears that lurk in your heart.
Come on, Seraphina. We're with you. I'm not the same girl who gave up easily. I've learned. I've grown.
The whispers faded, and a brilliant silver light filled the cave. Seraphina faced a crystal-clear river that reflected her doubts.
To cross, you must speak the truth in your heart.
Do you believe you're ready to rule?
I don't know. I want to be ready, but I'm scared. What if I make mistakes?
The river shimmered, and a silver bridge emerged. A towering mountain stood before her.
I have to climb that.
Yes. And this time, no magic.
With Gio's words of courage, Priscilla's guidance, and Leena's playful jokes, Seraphina climbed higher. Her strength wavered, but she pushed forward, step by step.
I can do this.
With one final push, she reached the top, and there, shimmering in the sunlight, was a golden heart-shaped pendant. Seraphina lifted the pendant.
True strength is not in avoiding fear, but in facing it. You have proven yourself worthy.
As the world around her shimmered, Seraphina found herself back in the palace garden.
Leena returned home, her heart full of courage.
Father, I'm ready to lead, to learn, and to face whatever comes.
True queens do not fear the unknown, they rise to meet it.
Gio, Priscilla, and Leena smiled proudly. And from that day forward, Princess Seraphina ruled not just with wisdom, but with courage. Beneath the sparkling waves of Coral Cove, where vibrant fish darted between colourful corals, something was terribly wrong. Princess Raina, the mermaid princess, swam anxiously through the reef. Her long turquoise hair floated gently behind her, and her shimmering silver-blue tail flicked with worry. She gazed at the swirling waters, feeling the uneasy pull of the currents.
The tides, they're all wrong.
The ocean was restless. Waves crashed against the shore harder than ever, and sea creatures scurried to hide.
It can't be.
When she arrived, her heart sank. The sacred pedestal where the Pearl of Tides usually shimmered was empty.
The Pearl of Tides, it's gone.
Desperate, Raina closed her eyes and whispered a soft plea to the Guardians of Light. Far above the waves, a shimmering glow lit up the sky. Gio, Priscilla, and Leena felt the call echo through the wind.
We're needed.
An ocean rescue? We've never been underwater before.
Adventure and water? Count me in.
The 3 fairies held hands, and in a flash of dazzling light, they appeared beneath the waves. They spotted Princess Raina near the reef. Her face filled with worry.
Narina, what happened? The Pearl of Tides, it's been stolen. Without it, the sea is falling apart.
We'll get it back.
But who would take something so powerful? Morgrim.
As the fairies and Raina swam toward the Cavern of Shadows, a sudden splash echoed through the water.
Did someone say trouble?
A sleek, silvery blue dolphin zipped toward them, doing a loop-de-loop before stopping right in front of them. His bright, curious eyes twinkled mischievously.
Finley.
Need my help? You mean you finally realize I'm the fastest, funniest, and most fabulous dolphin in the sea?
He flashed a wide smile, showing off his pearly whites.
We need to sneak into Morgrim's lair.
Easy. Let's go.
Inside the Cavern of Shadows, Morgrim held the Pearl of Tides high, its light dimmed by his dark magic.
With this power, I'll command the sea forever.
Not today.
Gio, Priscilla, and Leena burst into the cavern, their wings shimmering even underwater.
Impossible.
The fairies raised their hands, their magic glowing bright.
Light of the stars, shine through the deep, restore the balance, and let the ocean sleep.
A wave of dazzling light filled the cavern, blinding Morgrim.
New.
As Morgrim was swept away by the light, Finley zoomed in with perfect timing.
Oops. Did I splash your plans?
Jo gently placed the Pearl of Tides back in its sacred place, and instantly, the ocean calmed. The waves softened, and the coral gardens shimmered with renewed life.
The ocean. It's safe again.
Thanks to you.
And Finley's fantastic timing.
What can I say? I'm definitely the hero of the sea.
The ocean will always remember your kindness. Whenever you need us, just call.
And if you ever need a fantastic sidekick, you know where to find me.
With a final wave, the Light Fairies shimmered back to the sky, leaving behind a calm, sparkling sea and one very proud dolphin.
Guess I'll keep an eye on things around here. After all, someone's got to finish the job.
Princess Aurelia walks through the glowing trees of Verdantia's enchanted forest. Suddenly, she stops in awe. Before her lies a massive silver serpent, its sapphire eyes gleaming. It coils around a glowing emerald orb, radiating energy.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
Two didn't mean to disturb you. I've never seen such a magnificent creature before. Who are you?
I am Zephyrin, the guardian of the Emerald Orb. This orb maintains the balance of magic in Verdantia. If it is taken from this glade, darkness will consume the land.
A sinister laugh echoes through the trees. A swirl of dark mist appears, revealing Malvara, the wicked sorceress. Her eyes gleam as she steps forward.
How kind of you, Princess, to lead me straight to my prize.
No, you mustn't touch it.
Malvara ignores her and snatches the orb. Instantly, the sky darkens, trees wither, and Zephyron's silver scales lose their shine.
The magic. It fades. Verdantia is doomed.
We have to stop her.
A burst of glowing light surrounds Aurelia as three tiny figures appear. Jo, Leena, and Priscilla, the legendary Light Fairies. Their wings shimmer like starlight, and their eyes sparkle with determination.
A princess with a brave heart and a serpent with a noble soul. Looks like we arrived just in time.
The curse will spread fast. We must return the orb before the next full moon.
And to defeat Malvara, we'll need wit, courage, and a sprinkle of fairy magic.
Tell me what to do.
We track Malvara, but I need strength. I can barely move.
Here, a little fairy boost.
It will do. Let's go.
Aurelia climbs onto Zephyrin's back. The fairies light the way as they slither through the shadows, following Malvara to her dark cavern. Malvara hovers over the orb, chanting a spell. Shadows swirl around her, feeding off the orb's stolen power.
With this orb, I shall bend the magic of Verdantia to my will.
We strike now.
Sunbeams spellblind her.
A brilliant flash of light fills the cavern. Malvara shrieks, covering her eyes.
You meddling fairies!
I'll take that.
She summons a gust of wind, snatching the orb from Malvara's grasp. She tosses it to Aurelia, who catches it and throws it to Zephyron.
The balance is restored.
A shockwave of emerald light bursts from the orb. Malvara lets out a final scream as she vanishes into the shadows. The cavern trembles, then stills. Outside, the sky clears, and the forest blossoms again. The magical energy of Verdantia flows once more. The trees stand tall, the air hums with enchantment, and Zephyron's silver scales gleam brilliantly.
Princess, your courage has saved Verdantia.
I didn't do it alone. The Light Fairies were incredible.
Just another day's work for us.
But it was fun, wasn't it?
Next time, Aurelia, if you find another ancient magical secret, call us first.
Aurelia laughs, and Zephyron coils protectively around the restored orb. With a final shimmer, the fairies vanish into the night, always ready for the next adventure. In the starlit kingdom of Valoria, where dreams floated like fireflies and moonlight touched every leaf, Princess Evelyn had one dearest companion, Lunara, her enchanted winged horse. But one twilight, Lunara vanished. Evelyn ran to the stables, heart pounding. The stall stood eerily empty. Only a silver horseshoe, cracked and dim, lay in the hay.
No. Lunara, where did you go?
Gripping the horseshoe, Evelyn raced to the tallest tower, whispering her hope into the wind.
If anyone hears me, please bring her back.
Far away in Everglow Forest, where blossoms glowed with magic, 3 light fairies stirred Gio.
Priscilla and Leena.
A wish just floated into my dream.
From Valoria. Sounds urgent.
Time for some fairy sparkle.
With a burst of shimmering light, they soared toward Valoria, trailing pink, blue, and golden sparkles through the sky. The fairies arrived and found Eveline beneath the weeping moon tree, clutching the horseshoe.
You're real.
A wish just floated into my dream. And here to help.
Look! Moonbeam hoofprints. She left a trail.
They followed the glowing prints deep into Moonlight Hollow, where trees whispered, and the air felt thick with sleeping magic. Darkness thickened as they ventured further. A chilling voice echoed on the breeze.
Beware. The Night Weaver, the thief of dreams.
The Night Weaver? Who is he?
A shadow sorcerer. He steals dreams and spins nightmares.
Then he has Lunara. We have to hurry.
A twisted black spire loomed ahead, surrounded by fog. At the top, inside a crystal cage Lunara, pale and fading.
Lunara.
A swirl of dark mist gathered, and from it stepped the Night Weaver, with eyes like violet smoke.
So much light. I'll drain every drop.
Not while we stand.
Magic exploded through the chamber fairy beams of light, clashed with ribbons of shadow. Lunara watched, weak but alert.
You'll never win, Shadow Slime. This is for the dreams you stole.
Eveline stayed low, clutching the broken horseshoe. Her heart thudded.
I'm scared, but I won't lose you again, Lunara.
The horseshoe glowed in her hand, responding to her love. A soft hum filled the air as she stepped forward.
You're my best friend. Come back.
A crack shot through the crystal. Lunara's wings fluttered.
She's breaking free.
With a flash of silver light, Lunara shattered her cage and leapt into the sky, light bursting from her wings.
No, not the Dreamfire.
With one radiant blast, Lunara and the fairies banished him into mist. The clouds parted. Moonlight returned. In the village below, children smiled in their sleep again. Flowers stood taller.
Valoria is safe.
Lunara's glow lit up the whole kingdom. Let's take a victory flight.
Evelyn climbed onto Lunara's back, laughing as they soared into the sky, with the fairies dancing like stars around them. And from that day on, the people of Valoria would look up at night and whisper, "There they go, the princess, the fairies, and the horse of Moonlight Hollow." Once upon a time, in the glittering kingdom of Lullaberg, lived a princess named Silva. She had hair like golden threads and shoes that sparkled like stars. But she had one big royal flaw: she was incredibly lazy. While her kingdom bustled with excitement and responsibility, Silva spent most of her time napping, sighing, or hiding from duties under her royal blanket.
If only our daughter would take charge of her destiny.
One evening, under a star-drenched sky, a glowing scroll fluttered through the castle window. It came from the Light Fairies Joe, Leena, and Priscilla. The next morning, Silva awoke not in her bed, but in the heart of a misty, magical forest.
Hello? Servants? Breakfast smoothie? Anyone?
You want comfort? Prove you're worthy of it.
Did my blanket just grow teeth?
No, but I might, if you keep whining. Welcome to the Whispering Woods.
Wulfric, a majestic silver wolf with glowing teal eyes and a crescent moon on his forehead, circled the princess. From the mist came 3 sparkling lights: Joe, Priscilla, and Leena. Each fairy fluttered beside him, wings shimmering with starlight.
She's not what I expected.
Maybe she just needs a nudge. Or 3.
Princess Silva, you have 3 trials ahead. Succeed, and you'll return wiser. Fail, and, well, you'll still be here.
Do these trials come with snack breaks?
The river of choices Joe led her to a glowing river filled with floating lily pads. Each one shimmered with a different symbol.
Each pad is a choice. Step wrong, and you'll fall into the mud of regret. Hop wisely.
You fairies sure love your riddles.
She grumbled, stumbled, and slipped a little, but she used her wits. Step by step, Silva made it across. For the first time, she smiled in triumph.
A hint of intelligence. Shocking.
The burden of gold Leena handed her a heavy sack of golden apples.
Carry this up the hill. Drop one, and you must confess a truth.
I once pretended to faint to skip royal singing class and dance class.
By the time she reached the top, Silva was exhausted but laughing. The load felt lighter, and her heart freer.
Okay, that was kind of fun, in a totally sweaty, awful way.
Is that character development I smell?
The mirror of Might in a Clearing stood a tall silver mirror. It shimmered as Priscilla approached.
Speak your heart's truth. Only then will the mirror show your path home. I think I've been scared to try. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough?
The mirror glowed. It reflected a future Silver brave, kind and confident, no longer lazy. A queen in the making.
Courage spoken aloud is the first step to change.
Suddenly, the woods melted into light. Silva opened her eyes in her royal bed, but this time, she jumped up, wide awake and smiling. She strode into the throne room, ready to take her place.
Mother, fetch the scrolls. I've got a kingdom to learn.
Who are you, and what have you done with my daughter?
And outside the castle, in the silver moonlight, a familiar wolf watched from the shadows.
Not so lazy anymore, princess.
From the skies above, the 3 Light Fairies danced and laughed, their wings trailing stars behind them. Silva had passed the test not just of will, but of heart, and thus the lazy princess became the legendary Princess Silva, the Brave. Deep within the misty cliffs of Obscura Hollow, there stood a forgotten fortress, hidden behind veils of fog and guarded by thorny shadows. Within its tallest tower, Princess Alinatha, last beacon of hope for the Kingdom of Solaria, was imprisoned in a magical cage made of obsidian vines. She had been captured by General Grimthorn, a ruthless warlock who seized power and extinguished all light in the kingdom. With her golden hair and the sunstone pendant around her neck, Alina was the only one who could awaken the light core, the kingdom's ancient source of harmony. Far away, in the Meadow of Glints, the Light Fairies Joe, Priscilla, and Leena received a distressed sparkle through the whispering wind.
We have to move fast. If the sunstone is kept in darkness too long, the light core will fade forever.
Grimthorn's magic is dense. We'll need the mirror dust to reflect his power and the feather of Flickerwing to unlock shadow chains.
Or we just sneak in, blast some glitter, and break the princess out ninja style.
The fairies zipped through the skies, their wings leaving shimmering trails behind them. As they approached Obscura Hollow, the air grew colder and the light dimmer. Creeping vines reached out like claws, trying to snatch them mid-flight. But the fairies were clever and quick. Leena distracted the shadowhounds with bursts of glowing bubbles. Geo drew protective light circles to block dark spells, while Priscilla whispered incantations to guide them safely. Inside the prison tower, Princess Alina stared at the moon through a small barred window. Her pendant barely glowed. Her heart was heavy, but she still believed help would come.
Solaria's light still lives in me. I must hold on, even in this cage.
Foolish girl, your hope dims like your kingdom. Soon, the sunstone will be mine.
Just as Grimthorn reached to take the pendant, a blast of rose gold magic knocked him back. The Light Fairies burst into the tower, their wings glowing bright in the darkness.
Step away from the princess, warlock.
Fairies, always meddling.
We're not meddling, we're fixing your mess.
And we brought sparkles.
A fierce battle of magic erupted. Shadow vines lashed out, but Priscilla's mirror dust reflected them like beams of light. Grimthorn cast binding curses, but Geo's lotus spell shattered them mid-air. Leena zoomed around, snipping the obsidian vines with glowing threads of sunlight. Finally, with one united beam of fairy light, they struck the prison cage. The obsidian cracked, the vines withered. Princess Alina stepped forward, her pendant shining like a small sun.
I am the light of Solarian, I am free.
This is not the end.
Yeah. Cue the dramatic exit.
With the princess safe and her sunstone reawakened, the skies over Solaria began to brighten. Flowers bloomed again, lakes shimmered, children laughed, and the light returned to the kingdom. Alina crowned the fairies as guardians of glimmer, and their laughter filled the halls of the palace for days to come.
We don't need crowns to be heroes, but this one does sparkle nicely. I'm keeping mine in my spellbook.
Mine's already lost in the cookie jar.
In the snow-covered kingdom of Icevale, an eternal winter reigned. Once ruled by Queen Seraphina, kind ruler with a warm hearth soul, had turned to ice the day she touched the crystal thorn, a cursed relic hidden deep in the mountains. Villagers wept, flowers withered, and the sun no longer rose. But one night, under the shimmer of the northern lights, 3 sparkles descended from the sky's Geo, Priscilla, and Leena Light Fairies of hope.
It's colder than I imagined. Her heart must be completely frozen.
Then we'll just have to melt it. Let's find that crystal thorn.
And remind her who she once was.
Inside the palace, Queen Seraphine sat upon her icy throne. Her eyes, once filled with kindness, now shimmered like frost. But as the fairies entered, the cold wind whispered warnings.
Light Fairies? How quaint. I no longer believe in hope.
That's because the crystal thorn stole your belief. But deep down, you're still Seraphina the queen who saved a bird with a broken wing.
I remember that bird. And you cried when it flew again. Your heart is not gone, it's just sleeping.
Let us break the curse.
Together, the fairies lifted their wands. Light swirled like fireflies around the throne, striking the crystal thorn embedded in Seraphine's crown. The crystal cracked, then shattered. A single tear rolled down the queen's cheek. Warmth returned to her face. The frost melted from her throne.
What have I done?
You're back, and Icevale still needs you.
Thank you, my little lights.
The sun rose over Icevale for the first time in years. Flowers bloomed through the snow, and laughter returned to the kingdom. As the Light Fairies flew off into the morning sky, a warm wind followed them, whispering one word: hope.